shit. Let's just fucking get rid of them. That wasn't it. What was it?
What your viewpoint is and what you have. So I have been dancing around this idea of a T9 interface to control viewpoints on art. So, but this in particular really pieced stuff together, understanding what my brain was trying to tell me is that the finger presses. So, like if you do that, the left thumb is a dual purpose. So, which will have to be worked out. But the basic point is the thumb on the left hand, if pressed, um, is it works on all these functions, but this only has one function. It only works with this side, the right side. So that can only work with the first four. So directions, obviously, that's why we write with our right hand. It's a writing. It's binary, and then the other one is the dual purpose on the thumb. This is more defining the control and the reason why we call our fingers what they are. The index finger, that's always up. You always go 1, 2, upright. You're always being upright. That's just how life is. You be an upright citizen. That's what it comes down to. And then the ring finger is left. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, the thought process behind that. Pink got me to understand that is bad, because Pinko is a communist thing. That's but it's pinky, and pinky is the smart part. You know, you have to break stuff to make stuff. So pinky in the brain. And this is a lot of, and you're probably thinking this is disassociated or what have you, but it isn't. It's not. There is a back to art itself. Everyone's got their own individual pattern on how they correlate and do things. So you may not understand it yourself, but your body remembers events and how it reacted in those events. That's called muscle memory. I think I got that right there. So body positioning. During a conversation is a complex conversation between oneself and another individual. If you knew everyone of something else, all of it, then you should be able to know exactly what their brain is telling you, just based off of a movement, a twitch, just a combination of things. So it's pattern recognition, not only yourself, you can offer it to others, which helps them define it for themselves, and you can then better your language back and forth. Now, this isn't mind reading. This is something else, but it's just basic pattern recognition. Back to this. So you got the cube, which is right there, and that's your left thumb. So that's this, what that is right there. That is a complex conversation between three things. This one up here is going to have it's now 100, and that's 0. So I understand that, but I want the to pivot around an imaginary access point. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to actually have that, because we don't see what we're pivoting around. We don't, and that's the thing. We all know that. Like a problem, you know the problem, but you don't know how to navigate to get to the answer, I guess, is the idea I'm trying to progress. The center point, you're stuck. Okay, the way this works is the viewer is always, it's always going to be stuck on this platform that you're not really going to be seeing. It's going to be very shaded, very dark, very faint when you're looking down. You'll be able to rotate 360 degrees around the center image, this person right here, from a 3D scan. So it's that's what you're viewing. While you're being able to view it and take it in, it's all about controlling that 3D sphere that you're able to navigate, to zoom in, zoom out. What's always going to be present is that line. You're never going to have. So I guess, like, if that's the point, then I'm going to write this. So back to this. That X in the middle is you, and you're basically sliding in between the 0 point and the 100 point axis. So this is basically how it works. So there's your one center spin, and this is basically a wheel mechanism that rotates around this point right here. So this is where you're always been. This is you. This is your position. Wherever it is, that is just the center point. So whether you want to think of it like that, which I don't, you're on this line right here. So this is, my brain's trying to work something out. I can't figure it out, which is fine. I keep hitting the button. I'm sorry. I'll piece this all together. But so you, as a viewer, have one center point of right here, this crosshair on the screen, which opens up a world to the viewer. Okay. But this, hypothetically, if you've got to define yourself between a viewer, the id, the ID, I don't know, an ego, which is your environment, because ego is your control. So it's an action. The id is the ID, so that's what you're trying to ID. So this is what you're looking for. This is your curiosity. And then this center point is, so technically there's a screen right there. So, but that center point is technically you at any positional moment. So at time, 3D space, you are defined at 1 x, y, z dot, which is fine, but that's not you. That is your sensory input between worlds. Now that is the easiest way to understand that is like you're in an environment that is virtual. It is not the same as yourself. So you are literally a person outside of a space. So I mean, this makes sense. This is not hard. I know this looks chaotic, but I haven't had time to organize it. It's just been flooding in. This isn't anything new, but you can translate this idea to self. So your inside mind, outside body. Alright, so at this point is the digital representation of self in time. So you'll be able to navigate anything. So technically, removing all hard thinking, the basic core idea is like you can enter a digital space and self-aware, there's the problem. Self-aware. You'll never be able to define yourself, the outside individual, this person, as self-aware. But the body itself of the inside world, this body in there, this representation in here, you'll be able to make self-aware. And all they'll be able to do is do the same thing for the next layer. So it's just a repetitive process, which is fine. But it all comes back to this, is what it comes down to. The fingers and understanding that. And then you can get exponentially more complex with toes and all this stuff. You can add all this stuff, but when it comes down to the core process of defining how to control or change oneself, because once you figured out how these processes work, they fold on each other. Once you figured out a pattern, once you figured out yourself, period, that core point, which you know that you just know. I don't, there's no that. You just know. And there's many moments in life where you hit that. But, like the concept itself, I'm a couple $1 million to get this done. I know that. But the exponential value from it is, and this is information that, and that's kind of hard when you're coming up with a new idea of something. You're like, wow, this, I already knew all this. Why didn't I piece this together? The thing is like you have multiple times, you just don't know how to explain it. So that's why art is what it is. But right now, See, I'm not getting into all the theoretical stuff, whether we've done this before or not, because that's not me. That is not. I'm not here to answer that. I'm not here to answer a lot of stuff. I'm here to prove one point that I can change. I can change, and the only way I can change is by letting people know they can change, and by me changing, they can change. And then, am I really changing, or is this part of the bigger plan? Is this part of the bigger plan? All right, I appreciate your time. Look forward to your comments. Thanks. Bye.
Alright, coffee time. I think I've described that. So basically what I was describing was this pivoting point right here that was controlled by a T9 calculator. I just did it like that because my phone's actually like that right now currently. So I got the camera. So, and I had forgot about something else. I'd figured out, was it binary or was it the T9? So it was the 5 and possibly the 1, but that instituted different actions. So with this, all this is a camera that starts there and then moves out. Now, technically, the more money you get, the better you can do. And technically, you could do film as well. I think film would be very good, and then you would just cache frames out of them. So, but still, it's a smooth motion outward. So that way, in one particular action for artists, whatever the motion or the captured motion may be, like this one would catch under. So if you're looking for, because different people think differently, it just makes sense. So someone may want like the under motion of a fight scene, while the other one may want to zoom in on their face right there. So they may want that with the blade up there. So they would just simply, that's horrible. I was trying not to get over that, but anyways, now he's got a mohawk. Now he's in 80s style with the little, he's rainbow now. Okay. Now you see it. He's mad. So, but anyways, what I'm trying to say is like this one would come from up top, while this one may come from this one over here. All right. So, but they would be able to find the perception or the fill of the image of the screen that's possible, whatever it may be, and then use that as reference. So until they figure out how to turn it in 3D space. See, right now I'm not doing clean lines, but there's additional things like I'm doing it this way for a different reason, but because trying to forget something. The problem is like the back institute that the way it was. There's a pressure right here, so I don't know, and that's why this is so far over in here. Anyways, so where was I going with that? Oh, the next one. So after the software and that basic grid setup, so it'd be 96 cameras at what's 4,000 a piece. So, well, if you get the 500 ones in the beginning and then work it out, but their burst capture software is going to be shit. So, but anyways, we'll just do 5 to 4,000. That way you can take these films. So you get a 60 frames per second. Then you just mark out as many frames as possible. So, oh god, my nose is bleeding. And then you lower the resolution. Anyways, that's for the website. And then you would do DVDs that sent out. So then the navigation would be a T9. So you would be zoom in, zoom out, left, right, up, down, and then I don't know, two controllers, I don't know, but you'd be able to navigate the entire project in just a few seconds. And then that, I forget what I was going for with that. Then this, you take what I have been trying to figure out, you take a 32-inch TV, 32-inch, and then you apply plexiglass over the front. So there's the TV. You apply plexiglass, and then you technically have a drawing surface that you can set paper over and then see the image on the screen. So my nose is leaking. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. I'll talk to you later.